Hi, I'm Russ Mitchell, and welcome to the CBS Evening News Online Edition. Just ahead, the tinderbox that is Texas and Oklahoma. Jim Axelrod reports on the wildfires and the weather that drives them. Also, how did a 16-year-old American student end up in Baghdad? Kelly Kobiea has his almost unbelievable story. And can radically cutting your calories actually help you live longer? We'll give you the inside story on a new diet. It's all starting now on the CBS Evening News Online Edition. The holiday weekend is beginning with dangerous weather all over the map. The western half of the country is in for more heavy rain and snow, and the forecast calls for stormy weather in the east as well. But we'll begin in the grasslands of Texas and Oklahoma, where brush fires have already killed 4 people this week and burned hundreds of homes. Here's Jim Axelrod in Texas.
You can't miss the warnings in Texas, where more than 150 counties now have burn bans, and 80 plus have outlawed New Year's fireworks.
Be careful out there. Texas truly is a tinderbox at this point in time.
Oh, it's moving.
This is one of the latest fires to break out in southern Oklahoma. At last count, 200 homes have burned in the 2 states. And with conditions still creating exceptional fire risk, Texas is pre-positioning firefighting aircraft to be able to respond to any fire anywhere in the state within 20 minutes.
So we're trying to strategically place these resources where they can respond rapidly, knock down a fire, help the local fire departments get a fire manageable before we burn through any towns again like we did Tuesday.
Texas and Oklahoma are both just one good wind gust away from disaster. And while the winds the last couple of days have been relatively friendly, the forecast for this weekend is anything but helpful. The eyes of Texas are on the weatherman.
Let me show you the fire threat level for today. We're calling it very high.
And he doesn't have a whole lot of good news to report. Low humidity, high winds, and high temperatures make New Year's Day very scary.
It's about as bad as it gets. I mean, everything is in place. All the ingredients you need for wildfires to develop and spread rapidly are going to be here.
The rest of the country may be chilling the champagne for New Year's, but in Texas and Oklahoma, folks will simply hold their breath. Jim Axelrod, CBS News, Cannondale, Texas.
The most amazing story tonight is the incredible and dangerous adventure of a Florida 16-year-old who took off on his own for Iraq and lived to tell about it. Kelly Kobiea in Baghdad begins our coverage. Kelly?
Russ, at first it seemed almost too strange to be true. An American teenager, a junior in high school, using his Christmas break to travel 8 time zones from Florida to downtown Baghdad.
His name is Faris Hassan. In the midst of a violent week of car bombs and kidnappings, he strolled into the Baghdad offices of the Associated Press.
The first word that came to mind was crazy. I couldn't believe it.
Hassan said he came to Baghdad on a journalistic field trip of sorts. He was interested in seeing in person what life was like here. It turned out to be much more dangerous than he expected. He arrived on a flight from Lebanon on Christmas Day, traveling on Baghdad's notorious airport road before being dropped off at this hotel in the center of the city. The next day, as a wave of violence shook Baghdad, Hassan wandered out of his hotel to a nearby food stand.
And he tried to order in English. That was probably his most dangerous moment, because if the wrong person was in that food stand with him, he would have made a quick phone call, and somebody who knows somebody who would have sold Faris to somebody was probably just around the corner.
Hassan's parents are from Iraq, but he grew up in Florida and speaks no Arabic. On the street and on his own, he realized how far from home he was.
It only takes one day to be out there and either be unlucky or have something go wrong.
But Hassan was lucky, very lucky. The Associated Press staff called the U.S. Embassy, which immediately made new travel arrangements for him, this time with a full escort.
Perhaps his luckiest move was not doing his homework. Hassan first tried to cross into Iraq at the Kuwaiti border, but it was closed because of elections. Had he taken that desert road lined with insurgents, his story could have had a much different ending.
If you are like many other Americans, you may be considering some resolutions for the new year. Better diet and nutrition are often among the top 10 resolutions, and for many, losing weight is number 1. With that in mind, here's one solution for that resolution. Mika Brzezinski has tonight's Inside Story.
Oh, this looks great.
It is.
47-year-old Joseph Cordell is counting his calories.
And this is all about getting the most bang for your buck nutritionally.
And counting on every single one.
Trying to squeeze the most nutrients out of the fewest calories.
That means he eats about 30% fewer calories than most people.
Green peppers, wonderful. A lot of that.
And he restricts his choices to food with the very highest nutritional value. It's called Calorie Restriction Optimal Nutrition, or CR for short.
And the whole idea of calorie restriction is recognizing that calories are basically bad for you.
So what does he eat? Well, twice a day, a big bowl of
blueberries, nuts, and apple peels. Just eat the peel of the apple, which that's where all the nutrition is.
That's right, just the peel. For lunch, a huge salad made up of the right kinds of food.
I'll bet the calories on my plate, which is significantly larger than yours, I'll bet these calories are probably, certainly no more than 300, maybe less.
And his largest meal is dinner with his family. Tonight, that means another salad, broccoli, asparagus, and salmon. Known as the 120-year diet, followers believe they'll live a lot longer by eating a lot less.
Definitely his life expectancy it's higher than an average American.
Doctors like Luigi Fontana are conducting long-term studies of CR. They're convinced it protects against major diseases.
There's no chance of them getting type 2 diabetes. They have very low blood pressure, and the risk of developing cancer is markedly decreased.
And exercise? Not an option. CR dieters simply don't have the calories for it.
The calorie restriction protects them from the same diseases that exercise protects against, and more potently, actually, than exercise.
Cordell's doctors say he has the blood pressure of a child, the cholesterol of a teenager, and his risk of heart disease is close to zero. Average middle-aged men have 23 to 25% body fat. Cordell's is 7%.
If there wasn't substantial benefit to CR, no one would do it.
For Joe Cordell, the potential payoff is worth eating this way, something many of us might have a hard time with.
Many Americans are not good at deferred gratification.
What are we good at?
Gratification.
It's not about a short-term New Year's resolution. It's about a complete diet overhaul that Cordell will stay on for what he believes will be a longer, healthier life. Mika Brzezinski, CBS News, St. Louis.
More stories are just a click away, but don't forget to join us on television for the on-air edition of the CBS Evening News. On Monday's broadcast, new food labels. They'll tell you more than ever about what's bad in your food, but some food companies think the labels should also list what's good. Should they? We'll take a look. For CBSNews.com, I'm Russ Mitchell.